Good evening, welcome back to Hobby Maker. My name is Nigel May, and do you know what? There is no better way to start the weekend than here on Hobby Maker, especially if you have beauties like this in the room. It's Anna Marie. How are you, darling lady? Nice to see you. She gives the best hugs. That probably wasn't mic friendly, but it's like she gives the best hugs. She really does. We've got a busy show, so I'm going to dive straight on in. But it's so nice to have you here because you bring, I'm going to say, the most exquisite product. If you want to make cards or home decor or whatever it may be that just looks chef's kiss every time, then this is it. Elegant and classy, like your lovely self. Let's start with this. This is your elegant wreath. This is an absolute beauty. Half the stock has already gone on this. Why do you think this is so popular?
Because I believe it's because it's so versatile. I mean, it's called evergreen wreath, which means that, you know, you can use it for your everyday kind of projects, but I do think that it's actually any kind of project. Yeah. So it's festive,
round, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. And also the other thing is that it's a great wreath to actually snip in certain places and actually make it smaller if you wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to be using this one, 3 layers, okay, in my demo, my first demo today.
Little sneaky peek for you, that's coming up.
Definitely. So I love it. I mean, you can add berries, you know, little beads, flowers of, you know.
It's the perfect blank canvas, isn't it?
Yes.
The perfect sort of foundation for whatever you want to put on top of it. Busy for this one already. Ken in Oxfordshire has already checked out. We love you, Ken. Over half the stock has gone on that £17.99. You're going to see that in action. QU3F20 is your item code on that. Elizabeth Gloria coming in as well. It's wise to get in early with this one because I'm going to say things do sell out very quickly in Anna Marie's world. Next up, I love this. This is the eucalyptus sprig. I love a bit of eucalyptus in reality, so having it on a craft card, just gorgeous.
Yeah, most definitely. I love this one too. I mean, the double sort of sprigs, if you like, they go opposite directions. So if you're creating a wreath, obviously you could go the same direction or the opposite direction. You could obviously meet them at the top or bottom, in the middle somewhere, and it's great. One has cut lines on each leaves. The other one is completely solid. So absolutely fabulous for your floral decoration.
75% of the stock has gone on this already. I just want to bring in this beautiful sample because you can see, look, eucalyptus, and Anna Marie's cards, I always think you can recognise them, you know, a mile off because they're always so flamboyantly beautiful. You put a lot on there, but you never put too much on there.
Well, thank you.
Well, unlike me, you know when to stop. Quite
unlike you, well, well, thank you. I mean, I think that is because a lot of our dyes are delicate, okay? So I'm always going for like a little balance where, you know, you've got something solid, like the stag head, for example, on this particular card that we're looking at, and then you've got something, you know, delicate. So you don't bring too many like bold, solid items into the mix. You're giving a good mixture.
It's about to sell out. It's about to sell out. Limited stock on that one. Extremely limited. £17.99 your price. That NY3F27. We're down to single figures on that one. Next up for you, let's go for birthday wishes. This is fab. Now again, I mean, I do think because your design, your elegance, your style is so beautiful, but you never forget about sentiments.
No, we do have a lot of different sentiments. This one, I have to say, is one of my favorites because the birthday literally is just so delicate.
You can see gorgeous.
Yeah, in a really beautiful font. The wishes is actually what I wanted to pop most of all. I've actually used in my previous demo, funny enough, at 3 p.m. and that's what I want. I want a message, but I don't necessarily want the message to jump out from the project, okay?
You don't want it to dominate, but you don't want it to get lost.
Absolutely, exactly. And, you know, if I wanted to add another delicate message, I could always go for a typewriter message, which is obviously on black sort of printed on like white on black, that's what I meant to say, which I also used on my second demo from that hour as well. But that, if we're talking about birthday wishes, that is one of my favourites.
I've just noticed that there are little hearts on there.
That's right.
Little teeny tiny. Jack, come back in between the W and the I or the S, the H, wherever you want to go. There's little teeny tiny hearts.
Yes. So every letter is joined
That's
with...
just
little
gorgeous.
heart.
Now,
Sweet.
that's one of the biggest stocks we've got on the show, but already approaching 30% of that large stock has gone. Helen, Pauline, Barbara, Sandra, Hayley, you and more coming through. Oh, Nigel. It's those
That's
little
okay.
details that mean so much. I'll pop that back in a moment, my lovely. So that's your birthday wishes to begin with.
Yes.
We've also got your happy birthday. Classic and simple, but again, done in a different kind of way.
That's right. We've got 2 fonts again. This one is actually so easy to snip out. That's a good thing, because sometimes you do want to pop one message, really, let's say to the top and birthday to the bottom. You can actually finish it off or attach it to a piece of ribbon, anything like that. So it's very versatile. And I actually, on one of the projects, which you can find on my Facebook.
Where do we go for that? Anna Marie Designs?
Anna Marie Designs, creative, something, inspiration, something like that.
There you
I
go.
can remember.
If you put Anna Marie Designs, you will find it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you find it definitely. But I actually weaved a piece of acetate in and out between each letter, and basically attached, like floating, okay, over my birthday floral arrangement, and it looked really great. So, you know, there's so many different ways of actually attaching it. But if you wanted your actual message, nice, bold message to be the focal point on your project, that's the one for you.
Yeah.
And so is the birthday wishes as well, so...
Gorgeous, love that as a pair. Try and get both those together. $14.99 is your price on that one. NX3F40 is your item code there. Next up for you, the ornate frames. Now, we've got a couple of frames for you. We've got circles coming up, but we've got the squares to begin with. I'm going to be honest with you. Do you want to know how many we've got left? 4.
Oh.
4. That is it. When it's gone, because all of these, when they're gone, aren't they?
Well, I'm actually using this one in my second demo this evening.
People that if they buy it, we still need to see how to use it.
Yes.
So that's good. I'm never going to stop you doing a demo because you're too good. But this one, if you want to go for it, there's 4 left. So the first 4 people to check out on this will get it. Maggie and Kent, you are already in. The amount of metal that you get for your money here, I think, is incredible. Because this is large. I mean, the outside that you actually have here is huge.
Yes, definitely. And they really are pretty frames, really are. Now, one other thing I should mention...
We are over-allocating, by the way. More people want it than we've got stock of.
But one other thing I should mention is basically you're also getting a solid layers. Oh, it's sold out.
It is sold out. We'll take the graphics out, but we'll carry on talking about it.
Yeah, but even so, you know, they are nested. So let's say you wanted to do a sort of an aperture kind of card, really. You know, you've got so much in this set that you could actually sandwich differently and really, really, really play with this die. It's amazing. And
is that the same idea for the circles as well?
Yes, exactly the same. So I wanted to have 2 matching sort of sets because this is the circle one, and I absolutely adore circles. That's why a lot of our products have dotty element on them, but this one is beautiful. And actually, you can see that even on this card, I combined this ornate circle with the dotty bobble circles. Dotty bobble circles.
It's not easy to say.
No, but so they all work really well together. And, you know, on this particular card, you could clearly see that it's a mixed media card. So, you know, there is no stopping you from actually, you know, using it just as a sort of pretty paper sort of element. And then going into...
Oh, hello, I think our camera's gone. We'll keep pointing that way instead.
Yes.
In fact, you know, I'll show this on the overhead then. This is another card that we have here,
Yes.
using the circle. Just
Yes.
say this is about to sell out as well.
Yes.
So if you want to get this one, grab it now.
So this one is a great example of why these 2 sets work really well, because we've got, in the background, I have blue, square, ornate, circle, square frame, and at the front here, we have the circle. You know, so, you know, they're very delicate. But what pops on this particular card, apart from the primrose flower, okay, is actually the white, okay? It's actually the white because the square, okay, is die cut in, obviously, sort of more chalky colour card. So obviously it's somewhere gently placed in the background.
You're causing a bit of a furore on the phone lines. Things are about to sell out. I'm going to have to do some stock updates. But if you want to go for the circle frames, Sylvia, Joy, Maxine, Lorraine, Helen, please check out your baskets ASAP. I say no more. Eucalyptus sprigs, sold out, gone. That's gone. evergreen wreath, we have 3 left. Literally, we are so limited on that one. So if you want to go for this one, last 3 orders for that, then that is it. QU3, there's 2 left now, well done. QU3F20 is your item code on that one. Then we've also got for you as well the collection, the big bundle, isn't it? So I was like looking behind there, it's here, it's under my eyes. This is gorgeous. This is our fabulous bundle that we've got here. You've got 28 dies in this collection. We've got the price down and then we've got a split pay available on this one. But let's talk, before we talk about money, let's talk about what you're getting in here, because the amount of metal and versatility that you have here is huge. Anna-Marie, take us through this collection.
Well, I think this collection is really a must-have, simply because in this collection you're getting really ovals, circles, okay, a lot of numbers, and which are essentials in so many different ways, but and also lots of greetings. Each circle in the numbers and greetings contain, obviously, apart from the numbers, you have 5 different greeting. Okay, so, and of course you've got shadow plates as well. Now, I love the fact that all these dies really work well with the background mesh. And the background mesh, okay, and let's not forget about some other dies as well in this collection, which they can very easily be used as a stencil.
Yes.
Okay, the background mesh in particular, I love it because it's snippable in any place you want. So what that means is, like, if I want, and I will be using a little bit in my next demo, okay, but if you wanted to just, you know, die cut one large square background mesh, and you made, let's say, 8 cards, or even, let's say, 4. So you can take any element from this particular background mesh and use it, whether that's a corner, whether that's literally a small element, larger element, and if you divide it up into even more pieces, smaller pieces, you've got loads out of one sheet of sort of very decorative background. But just a moment ago, we had this card, which you can actually see. There is one in the corner there at the bottom, okay, where I tend to use, okay, 3 different layers, okay? So we have 3 layers of the same background mesh, okay? And by moving it about, because it's not regimented, it's not, okay, like really, what's the word, symmetrical sort of design, each corner, each side, middle, they're different, okay? So that enables you to spin it around as and when you want it and create more dimension, more interest, using, obviously, well, I think if you use the same colour, it would look great, but if you use similar sort of delicate shades...
Yeah, maybe the same colour family, but different shades.
Absolutely.
And tones,
So that looks, again, gives you more dimension, but, of course, you know, gives you more sort of... I don't know, special effect.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, especially if you did go for that mid-tone, that dark tone, that light tone. I mean, because you've got 360 degrees of mobility with that.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Is everything available individually here as well with this? Okay, you cannot get the lace circle, which is that one there on its own. The other 3, the top 3 that you see in there, are available on their own. But if you go for the deal, that's where you are getting not just the reduction of price, but also the availability of split pay. Split pay, $26.98, and all of this will be delivered to your door in just a few short days. Second payment will be in November, and third payment will be in December. GK3F29 is your item code on that one. We're going to have 2 lovely demos and possibly a lot more sellouts because everything is very, very busy. Anna-Marie, where do we begin?
Nigel, may I just mention one thing about the lace circle?
Yeah, please
that
do.
You're only seeing 1 die, but actually, in fact, there is 2 dies in there. And what that gives you...
Just to show you.
Yeah, and what that gives you is the card next to you, the one you just picked up, that's actually a good example of what I wanted to talk about. Because
this... picked up, knocked over is what you meant.
This one, it's a great example because, obviously, you have a solid frame. If you use the 2 dies in that set, you've got a solid frame that you place as a layer. Okay, but if you just use the middle layer, you are able to die cut, okay, this particular lace circle in the middle of your actual mount. So it stays on just like a stencil would and is a part of your actual layer. And that's worth, knowing because that gives you an array of possibilities.
Absolutely. Just show those 2 dies. You can see you've got the outer edge die and then, of course, the inner design as well. 60% of our collection has now gone. That will possibly sell out this hour, I suspect. So please grab that pop that into your baskets and check out. But now let's sit back and enjoy the glory of the demonstration with our lovely Anna-Marie.
Right, so what I'm going to do first of all is actually to finish this blank card. Right, this is actually our weaving plate. Okay, so I started, this is A5 base card, and honestly, you can actually fairly clearly see what the weaving plate does. It has got a beautiful stitch line in the middle here, and you could just carry on weaving as you want to, with the spacing that you want to, okay, and the color card that you want. But, you know, I'm not going to go over too much with this particular die because there is so much content.
So that's the weaving plate there?
That's the weaving plate, exactly. And the best thing about the weaving plate is the fact that we can die cut it on the main blank card. But to be honest, there is so much content on my YouTube channel based around this weaving plate.
And is that Anna-Marie Designs?
Creative Crafts, yeah. Yes,
okay.
Anna-Marie Designs.
Anna-Marie Designs Creative Crafts.
So there is so much there that, you know, all I wanted you to see is today that I am bringing so many different dies from almost some of them from different collections. And I want you to see that you can mix and match as and when you want to, right? So what I'm doing, I'm actually going to create slightly different weaving effect with this one. And okay, I've done these bits, okay, so 4 strips, which are useful. And now I'm going to just add 2, right? So look, what I'm going to do, okay, is just cover this little mark on my weaving plate here.
Okay, so there's a tiny little mark.
That's
right.
right.
What's that say?
Nothing, just
it's
literally.
Just a little mark to, so you know which is which.
No, that actually, I made this mark earlier on with a pen. Basically, I dropped it and you just sort of marked it.
It's not there for a reason.
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought there was going to be some Anna-Marie theory
No. And what I want to do is to cover this mark with my strip. And basically, I'm going, okay.
So up and under.
Yeah, up and under. And I'm going to place it here.
Well, mind your head, my lovely.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go for another one and literally secure it. So on this particular one, we're just going to jiggle it about in a moment. But what I will do now, of course, the next strip goes the opposite order. Okay.
So where it went up and down, it will now go down and up.
That's it. Okay.
Lovely.
Don't forget, you could adjust these strips in a moment. So that's not too much of a problem. Now, if you look at my card, the way I die cut my strips is slightly skew width, right? Slightly. So it's worth remembering this when we actually bring...
so they're not all a uniform size?
No. Okay. So I'm going to bring this strip to the base and this one slightly down. Okay.
Can we just raise that up slightly because be careful with your head, my lovely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right, no worries.
And okay, so
it's
look.
It's a common occurrence here at Hobby Maker.
Yeah, and I'm going like so. Right, okay. There you go. So at this point, all I'm going to do is just literally attach my end in a few places with a little bit of glue. That's it. And I'm going to have slightly different background, you know, because it's just so interesting.
Whilst you're just attaching that, can I just share these 2 cards as well, using that fabulous weaving plate? I think this is gorgeous. I mean, the background of this is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And I love the fact that it's not the entirety of the card. I love the fact that it's just, it sort of goes into the design of the flowers, and then the other side you've got a different texture, a different look.
Thank you.
Just gorgeous.
Well, that was my intention, Nigel. That was actually, I wanted this die to do the actual, you know, full Monty kind of job, like on my blank card. Not on top as a layer, but literally as a, you know, base card. And that's what this die does.
If I was asked to play Name That Card and somebody showed me that card, I would know that it's an Anna-Marie card. You would though, wouldn't you? I mean, look at it. The flamboyance of design is just gorgeous. Nobody else would dare to put a pearl that size on. Only Anna-Marie. It's just gorgeous. It really is. Beautiful.
Right. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave this to dry. Okay, I could have actually added more, let's say, more glue on different elements, but because I want to crack on with 2 demos, then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Right, so I've die
The
cut.
wreath's sold out, by the way, but we're still going to see it in action.
So I've die cut my wreath in 3 different cardstock. Okay, this is the textured cardstock. This is the actual canvas cardstock, which is available on your website. And this, funny enough, is actually from my Christmas jingle paper pad. It's also available on your website.
Fabulous.
So we've got 3 different cardstock, but obviously they're very similar. So I'm just going to go for...
And we do have the textures and the plain cardstock on there as well. Can I just say thank you to somebody that's messaged in, by the way? This is completely nothing to do with craft, but I really appreciate this. Helen in East Riding says, message for Nigel, Terry's Dark Chocolate Orange back in Tesco. Sorry, I was the one with the bad news. You told me they didn't make them anymore. I was crestfallen. But hopefully now back with them for good. Yeah, hopefully. I love a Terry's Chocolate Orange in the dark. It's my favourite. Love it.
Lovely.
So thank you. Mind your head again, my lovely.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yep. And what I'm doing is actually, if you can see, I'm sticking these layers.
So it's building it up, isn't it? And that's the joyous thing. If anybody actually has made cards courtesy of Anna Marie's designs as well, we would love to see them. Anna Marie and I are, what's the word? Well, we're nosy. We want to see what you've made. Share the love, share the craft. It's all about sharing the craft, isn't it? Sharing your ideas, sharing your makes. So if you do want to send them in, send your email to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. Or, of course, if you want to, you can send us a message, not with a picture, but just a little message in the word box at the top of each and every item on the website.
Right, so perhaps there is not much security, but, you know, it's plenty and enough for what I need. I want a little dimension, but I don't want it to be, you know...
You don't want it to be drenched in dimension.
That's right, okay. So we're just going to go for the top of my background. And again, I don't particularly want to go for, you know, solid stuck-on element here. Right, and I promised you, of course, this one particular...
Oh, the mesh.
Mesh, okay. So before I apply... okay, there is no pad there, so that's brilliant. So this was like not die cut intentionally. This was my leftover, and this is what I'm talking about.
This is like the waste.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
not the waste, but the bit you didn't need for the previous
Exactly,
project.
and this is why I love this die so much, because look, now you can actually go and bring it like so, right? You could, okay, snip out elements, and let's snip them out in 2 different places as argument's sake, because you could always, okay, add more if you wanted to, right? You could always add more. So let me just make it a little bit shorter.
Just whilst you're snipping, we've got a message for you.
Oh, lovely.
This is rather lovely. Let's get this message in. This is from Maria Laithwaite, who says, good evening, Nigel and Anna Marie.
Good evening, Maria.
It's always such a pleasure to spend an hour or 2 with you. I especially loved the frame you made on your previous show, Anna Maria. You are so talented and such an inspiration to us all. Your products, without a doubt, are the best and great value for money. Thank you so much, and we all love your demos.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
You inspire the nation, the world. I love it.
Thank you. That's a wonderful comment.
That's lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. So, look, so by snipping out a little element, nothing is stopping you to add a little bit more later. And that's the beautiful thing. And even take some away if you choose so. So this, can you see? Right? So this background, it really is great. But if, for example, I decided to go and add a bit more, okay, I could do so. Right? And that is why I love this die. Okay, right, so let's leave it like that. A few elements, delicate elements here and there. Okay, we will be trimming a lot. And look, I've decided to create this card in a very natural, organic colours, but I love my green, right? So what do? Well, I've decided to basically die cut and create green leaves. Right, so what
Is this from your scalloped flowers?
It is, and the scalloped flowers are sold out.
Yes, they are.
Okay, but... that's...
Oh, now these I love.
Right.
These are the fabulous dotty wheel, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Gorgeous.
And these are honestly
I find
fabulous.
this like space age.
Yes.
They're a bit sort of like Sputnik-y, or they're also a bit sort of fireworky.
They are a bit.
Ready for November the 5th.
They are. They really are. Honestly, I love them because they create a really lovely basis
So does
to your
everybody else.
arrangement.
Do you know how many we've got left of these?
No.
What's the least amount we can actually have?
One.
Yes. One. We've got one.
Least is actually 0. What am I talking about?
That we're still... Oh, it's gone. It's sold out. There you go. We've now got 0. How prophetic. You knew. There you go. Well done if you managed to get that one. That's the 7th sellout on this show. Ridiculous. And we are very low on stocks and other items. Anna-Marie does bring good stock in for us, but I love the fact that you're so popular and so successful because you do... And I was saying earlier, Hobby Maker for me is such a variety. It's such a mixed pot of joy. It really is. There is something for every taste, every flavour here at Hobby Maker. Now, what I love about Anna-Marie is the fact that her designs are so incredibly rich. Everything goes together, but yet every individual element, again, works on its own if need be. If you want to do a minimalistic card, you can do, but, I mean, you like to put things together to create that flamboyance.
Thank you. I mean, this actually is my favourite part, obviously. So designing dies for like all these, you know, intricate, delicate elements is really, really great. And I'm going to show you something that I think is great as well, because you know, like this is like a baking powder, not powder, baking powder, baking paper that you put in a tray.
Okay, yeah,
right,
greaseproof paper.
That's right. So it's almost like a vellum in brown. Okay, so when you die cut your dies sometimes, and the intricate ones as well, okay, at the same time you've got this most delicate look, okay, and it's like in this case, right, it's very, very, very delicate, but you know, it's almost invisible, but it does make a difference, right?
It's just a little touch, a hint of design.
Exactly. So let's not forget about that. So let's just also finish off my
pearls.
Yeah, finish off my flower.
Okay. People can see that Anna-Marie is like a pearl person anyway with your jewellery, aren't you? You wear the pearls around the neck, the pearls on the wrist, and pearls on your card.
Yes.
It's lovely, though.
Okay, so we've got that, and let's close off.
Can I just say thank you to the person, by the way, that emailed in to follow up on my chocolate and orange story? Darren's emailed in to say, apparently, if I've got a Tesco Club card, they're only £1. Thanks, Darren. Bless you, heart, for that.
Right, so what I'm going to do next is use the happy birthday message. And look, right, I've got a white one and it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Really. But when I mentioned earlier that you could snip out these 2 elements, right, I've got a green, okay? And this birthday can go, happy can go elsewhere. So, you know, even if I didn't go for the happy, just birthday, I think I'm clearly sending the message, what I'm talking about here. So let's just go for the birthday. And I'm going to place it here. And I'm going slightly skew with, look, because I've got this pad here, it's already kind of being stuck on. But what else I'm going to add in this place, right? The other thing that I'm going to add here is another flower. And I'm just going to be very quick, right? I'm just literally securing these 2 elements.
If you want the happy birthday die, Emma in Warwickshire, you're through for that. It's NX3F40.
And, oh, this is something that I prepared earlier, that I glued them on. And by glue, so earlier in my earlier demo, I did sort of very bouncy, okay, kind of effect. But I've got these petals here, which I'm going to literally snip into with my pair of scissors. And
so what die set were they from, Anna-Marie?
Sorry, these flowers are also the scalloped flowers. This is one of the ways that you can also create a different flower altogether. And I should probably mention also one video on my YouTube channel where I actually created 30 flowers out of that particular one flower die.
30 from one? You
I
should
know.
be Mother Nature.
30 different ones, and honestly, it's a great set. So if you manage to get this scalloped flower die, yes, I think you will enjoy it. You know, there is just so many possibilities with this particular set. So very quickly, okay, I've got slightly different flower altogether. And I'm going to do the same, and I know it's time consuming, and I'm going to do literally a very quick job.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to show this, if I may, the dotty baubles, because I'll be honest, there's not a lot left on this show. It's like things are selling out quite rapidly. These are your dotty baubles. Now, this is fabulous. Obviously, these frames you can see are going to be very useful. But look, you've got the little caps there in the centre, which means that you can create whatever size bauble you want. That size, that size, that size, or you can have a big old large dotty bauble. There you go. You can have whatever you like. You've got those wonderful designs. You can see, again, you've got a selection of different dies on here because you actually have the outer sort of classic circle, and then you've got all the dotty designs right the way across and stitched on there as well. Now, 30% of our stock has gone on this. There are 8 different dies, so you've got a variety of different sizes. And you can just see, again, I mean, I love something like this because it acts as a frame to showcase whatever is within.
Absolutely. And here, what you're seeing, actually, in the background, there is this weaving plate and literally bits and pieces that I had left over that I created a background from, you know, one die. And then, obviously, you've got the scalloped flower and you've got dotty bubble circles as well. So, you know, you don't have to just stick to one particular collection. You could just literally go for, you know,
$17.99 is your price on that. NX3 F16 is your item code on that. Back to this beautiful card.
Right, so I've already layered up 2 layers, and of course I've got one more flower to do, which I might actually add in a moment, but I'm also going to go for my eucalyptus sprigs and follow, so to speak, my beautiful wreath. Not too much, and look, and that is why I haven't used green wreaths, green colour for my sprigs. Okay, I want this one to be as beigey or organic as
now, obviously,
my
that's
wreaths.
the eucalyptus that we have there.
Yeah.
That's sold out. But can I just say, for anybody that missed out the eucalyptus, this could be a good substitute. The sprig border, this is rather fabulous. I mean, I think this is wonderful because, again, if you are looking to add that extra foliage, that extra detail, and it is multi-directional as well. I mean, you will notice with Anna Marie's cards, I mean, I think there's no kind of like, you know, everything going a certain way. It is literally a riot of design, but a riot in the best possible way. And I just think something like this is so fabulous. Whether you keep it all as one, because it is one die, or whether you actually sort of snip into it is entirely up to you. But it's $16.99 is your price now. Oh, guess what? Limited stock. 90% of the stock is gone. My word. Your shows are so busy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which is a great thing. It really is.
Thank you. So basically, I'm just like now snipping out my ends, and I will be using one of the typewriter messages.
Well, that leads me nicely into these then. We've got our typewriter sentiments for you as well. You've got loads of sheets of these, which is brilliant. You will notice that each sheet is absolutely jam-packed. You've got 10 sheets in all, which is giving you like a... Oh, I was going to say hundreds. 480 messages. You've got good friends are hard to find, harder to leave, and impossible to forget. Loving that. Kisses. Hope your day is as amazing as you are. We've got smile, love, laugh, live in that order. Have a wonderful day. Sending you lots of hugs. Happy birthday. Hello. I love the fact you just got hello on it. Have a fabulous birthday. What else have we got in there? Look, you've got loads of these. Is every sheet the same?
Yes, every sheet is the same, absolutely.
But... So if you wanted to, like, you know, you've got things like you are amazing, because you can use that for every occasion. So it's lovely that you've got more than one of each. In fact, you've got quite a few of each, because you've got 10 different sheets, or 10 sheets for you here. So every one you are going to get at least 10 times over. I love the fact just kisses.
Yes.
And then also...
Kisses and hags. Kisses, hags.
Yeah, but you can mix and match, can't you? But I mean, that good friends are hard to find, harder to leave, and impossible to forget.
Yeah, it's true.
If somebody put that on a card to you, that would, honestly, you would melt, wouldn't you? You really would. $6.99 for that if you want to go for all of those together. 480 messages. That is a lot. What's $6.99 divided by 480? That's going to be, about 15p. About 15p a sentiment for you there. And I think if you are making cards for charity, because you're very happy, aren't you, for people to make what they like, as long as they're making something, they can do it for charity or...
Oh, absolutely.
Fund your own crafty habit, whatever. Sentiments like that.
Per message, is that right?
Yeah, per message,
Gosh,
15p.
yeah.
It's good, isn't it? You didn't realise how good you are, did you? Quite
I
frankly.
didn't realise how good you are, Nigel. Your maths is just like quick calculation. Very
I may
impressive.
have a little help with that in my ear.
Ah, okay.
There you go. But having said that, though, I was thinking in my head, well, 480, that's like, nearly 500. So it's kind of like, if it was 100, then it would be 69p. So I was trying to divide 69p by 5. So it's actually, yeah, it's slightly less than 15p, isn't it? I think it's going to be, yeah, it's like 14p. So I would have got there, but it's handy when you've got somebody with a calculator.
Oh, that's amazing. Right, okay, so I've got a message which obviously says make a wish, and I will add happy to my mix. Okay, and let's not forget about obviously other elements that we have. Right, one of which is
the numbers.
the message, number 2, and also we can have 5. So this is the plate, obviously the shadow plate that you're getting with the numbers and greetings.
I do think the numbers are fabulous. I mean, again, if we get a little shot of the numbers and greetings, these are brilliant because, I mean, if you think about like numbers for dates or for houses, if you move down. Michael, can we have a look at these? There you go, that one over there, beautiful. So you can see, I mean, great for advent calendars as well. If you are thinking about like doing an advent calendar, like little boxes, bunting at Christmas with numbers on, like a gift every day, that kind of thing, perfect. But also, I mean, table numbers for weddings.
Yes.
Baby weights, house numbers for moving cards, just, I mean, whatever it may be, birthdays, date in general, it's entire anniversaries. You've got all of those choices with numerals, and I do think to have the numerals within those circles, which gives them just an extra touch of... I don't know, almost an extra touch of poshness, if that's a word. I don't even know whether poshness is a word, but it is now. It just gives it a touch of class. That's the word I'm looking for. So if you would like to go for that, are they available on their own, the numbers? We'll give you the details of the numbers on their own, but I would say, again, if you can go for the bundle, then that's a better way to do it, because the numbers on their own, mind you, $20.99, that's always going down. Oh, it is $20.99. As I said, that's a great price. $20.99 is your price for that. So if you do want to go for those on their own, if you're not bothered about the bundle, or if you can't go for the bundle for whatever reason, then that would be a great one to go for. But if you can go for the bundle, not only do you get the numbers in there, but you will see you've also got things like With Love. You've got is it Just Married? No, Just Because in there as well, isn't it? Just Because.
Loads of different messages, honestly. And they do beautifully work together. So now I have, okay, this number, 25. So there you go. I'm just making sure that my head isn't in...
Absolutely beautiful. It's
Thank
just
you.
stunning. It really is. I mean, again, I keep using that word with you. It's a flamboyance of design.
Thank you.
It is just so stunning. It really is. Cards that are elegant, cards that will be kept. These are not cards that will get put in a drawer and then, in the wheelie bin a couple of days later. These are cards that will be kept because there is so much thought that has gone into them. Absolutely stunning. If you want to go for that one, obviously it's part of the Anna Marie collection that you've got there. Of course, you've got the numbers, you've got you've got the lace circle, you've got the lace ovals and borders in there, and that mesh as well. All of that, one price of $18.96, but. Let's give you a three-way split pay on that one, taking it down to 26 something, was it, if I remember rightly? 26.98. So one payment today, one payment in a month's time, and one payment in 2 months' time. Emma in Warwickshire, you are in, and Cherry in East Sussex, you are in as well. Would you like to get ready for demo number 2?
Yes, can I just...
Was the last little bit? I do apologise.
Just where this is the message, and what I'm going to do is literally bring, like, again, we have a very delicate card. I mean, very, very sort of pretty, very sort of like pastel-y. So this message from a typewriter, it makes it like pop, right? And I really must add a circle to my...
It's obligatory.
Yes, absolutely.
We have to have pearls on every card.
I must.
A little bit of bling to finish off the card.
Yes, and of course, let's not forget about the eucalyptus flower. No, eucalyptus sprigs. That if we do need smaller individual leaves, like for this particular flower.
Obviously the eucalyptus is gone, but don't forget, do we still have the sprig border? Did the sprig border go as well? I can't remember, or not. We'll find out because we've got 4 left on the springboard, which with the way that this show's going, that's quite a big stock. It's like 4, honestly. So this is the springboard if you'd like to go for this one. Very, very busy for this one. So the price on that $16.99 is your price there. KP3F56. Your item code there.
Right. Okay. I think I'm ready now. Okay.
Oh, let's show it to our Jack.
Oh, I don't know if I should. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all set. Just beautiful.
So everything is very, very delicate. I mean, the weaving plate, it just like by creating it this way, you're adding another sort of effect, another possibility to the way we weave our strips from that particular set. But, you know, ultimately, I do have several dies on this particular card. But in my opinion, you know, what really pops are the flowers and, of course, the blue for the number 2. Which actually draws your eye to the numbers section. Yes. And then, oh, you're 25.
I don't think there's anything on that card that doesn't stand out, but yet everything seems to go together. It's like, I don't know, there's a harmony about it.
Thank you.
There is, isn't there? It's balanced. There's a harmonisation of the images, of the colours. There's nothing that kind of like, I don't know, says, look at me. Everything sort of says, no, look at me, I look good. Yeah, I look good too. Yeah, I look good too. Everything works together.
One thing, obviously, I didn't adjust, and honestly, I'm just like cross. I've just noticed that I didn't adjust my second strip.
Can I say, you are a perfectionist, because it looked great. It really did. Would you like to get ready to make another perfect card?
Yes.
I want to show you this dotty cardstock. This is gorgeous. It really is. It's one that I like. Anything dotty I love, because it's always a bit retro. You've got 36 sheets here for £14.99. You've got 12 assorted colours. That's going to give you 3 of each particular one. And your weight on this is the perfect die cutting weight, the perfect embossing weight. It's 250 GSM. So this is going to be great for your die cutting and embossing machines. It really is. You could use it for your base card if you wanted to, but obviously if you're going like flamboyantly with your embellishments, as Anna Marie does like to do, then maybe, I would say maybe not for your base card, but matting and layering, for your die cutting, embossing, whatever you fancy. Lovely. And there is such a lovely, what's the word, muted feel to this as well. The colours, you never do colours that like just like, look at me. These are colours, I mean, look, it's that lovely sort of distress, a little bit aged, a little bit weathered, a little bit kind of, I don't know, antique, if you like, distressed.
Well, they are distressed, exactly, because every little imperfection that you can see here is intended. You know, everything is intentional.
Well, with you, I always think it's the imperfection that makes it perfect. It really is. $14.99 is your price for that one. SJ3F24. Anna Marie, over to you for demo number 2.
Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, and I really want, once again, bring different bits and pieces into this demo. So now, number 1, we do have the
square frame.
The square frame here. Okay.
Sold out, obviously.
Sold out. Okay, so what I want to do, this is a scrap bit of card that it's in beautiful cocoa shade, and I absolutely adore this shade. So if you have scraps like this, again, you know, I know we can use them for so many different things, but, you know, creating a little bit of a background behind something is also great too. So once again, I'm just going to add, for speed, use this particular glue, and I'm going to place it just like so. Now, just like in my previous demo, I mentioned that it's nice to have something delicate, but also something bold, and I feel that's what my dotty dots give me, okay?
Details of that on the screen.
And look, that's not even that precisely sort of done, okay? But it doesn't matter, exactly. Now, if I wanted to do something similar right at the top, I could. And in fact, if I wanted to go slightly off it, I also could. And because everything is like sort of working together, right at the end of it, you would also see that, yeah, somehow it does, even though, you know, you kind of like threw everything on top of each other, so to speak.
No, but that's the thing. I mean, let's be honest. If I can be, how do I put this? It's like, I think if some people just put everything on top of each other, it would look a mess. You have that eye, and you share that that knowledge of how to have that eye, if you like, about putting things on a card where you can put lots on it, but yet you position it perfectly.
Well, thank you.
But you do. I don't even know how to explain that, and I hope I've explained that well. But it just feels like you can put things together, whereas lots of people will be like, oh, no, that's not going to go together. You make things go together because you don't use too much of one thing or too little of another. You always seem to know the right amount, the right placement.
You're very kind,
Well, because it's true, though.
Very kind.
I do think what you do is, well, it's not just me, is it? Let's be honest.
But, you know, I also have to say that, you know, the dies, they do work. So,
Yes.
you see, like in this case, what I created, I've die-cut the frame, and then using the actual dotty bubble circle, I die-cut the center. So now, right now, this is actually perfectly matching as well. Okay, so I'm not going to actually even attach it. I'm just going to place it right there in the middle. And then we also have this particular smaller, obviously, ornate circle, okay?
Yes.
So, you know, it's working here. But one other thing I also want to show you is this lovely border. And you might think, where did I get it from? I mean, this one in particular comes from the Christmas jingle paper pads, which are the 12 by 12 size. And I love it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to bring a little bouncy effect into my arrangement as well. Right, so I've got these two, and I want this one to be like somewhere like so, okay? And I'm just gonna like, using the bone folder, obviously, you could use the bone folder if you like, but you could also bend it, what's the word I'm looking for?
Manipulate? Bend?
Yeah.
Fold?
Yes, fold it more.
Layer?
Yeah, no, fold.
Oh, no, I know. No, what's the word? I know what you're thinking of. That when you do it with ribbons, when you get them folded
Yeah.
in on themselves.
Well, that's it. Exactly.
Not
Thank
pleat,
you, Nigel.
but there's a word that's on the tip
Yeah.
of my tongue.
Okay. And then, obviously, it doesn't have to be dead, you know, spaced out, but I want to use the whole strip, and therefore, okay, by literally even not thinking too much about it, you're going to end up with a very interesting sort of, you know, effect. So let's stick this end to my card first.
Can I just say as well, if you are inspired by lovely people like Anna Marie here on Hobbymaker, and you are thinking, I'd like to do that in the 8 o'clock hour with our lovely Carla, I'm going to be telling you about how potentially you could become a handmade hero here at Hobbymaker. More of that in the 8 o'clock hour. That's kind of how Carla, who's going to be with you at 8 o'clock, got into the world of crafting. So more about that at 8 o'clock, and also a little bit of a festive decoration competition going on at the moment as well. We'll reveal about that at 8 o'clock. Also, I'm going to be telling you about gift cards here at Hobbymaker, because once you get the person who you don't know what to get them because they've got everything crafty or you're not quite sure what they want, you get them a gift card. So all of that coming up in the 8 o'clock hour.
Lovely. Okay, I know few of our customers that I think, well, more than few, they should apply.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, honestly, it's brilliant. I mean, I'll reveal more at 8 o'clock, but I mean, you've probably seen all the ads already. But basically, we are looking for somebody to come and basically be our Hobbymaker hero, to come in and maybe do little shows, maybe work with our social media team. It's not a full-time job. It's just now and again. And the one thing is you need to be able to get to us here to Redditch. We can't pay travel if you like live in the Outer Hebrides or whatever. So like literally you need to be able to get here to Redditch. Although we'll say, some people come far and wide. Where do you come from, Anna Marie?
Well, Poland.
Well, Poland. There you go. I love it.
I know.
How many miles is that from Redditch, Taz? Can you...
Well, I do know that it's, I think, 1,000 miles.
You think it's about 1,000 miles? We're going to find out exactly how...
Okay.
Where do you live in Poland? Is it Warsaw?
No, but 2 hours away from Warsaw.
So 2 hours away from Warsaw. Are we allowed to name the place where you live?
Yeah, it's called Mauriców.
Oh, right, put that into the search. And how do you spell it?
It's a lovely village.
How
Oh
do
my
you
gosh,
spell it?
Nigel. Maurycow, I think.
There you go. So we're going to find out how far that is from Redditch and see how far people come to be with us here on Hobbymaker, which is brilliant.
Absolutely.
Okay, now Michael, our director, is saying that I have to say a bit of Polish to you, so I apologise in advance if my accent is wrong. I have no idea what he's going to say, so I apologise if it's at all inappropriate. I hope it's not. I'm going to say, jesteś bardzo piękna.
Oh,
What does that mean?
that's very good. You are very pretty. Well, thank you.
Oh, hello. Look at me
Well,
flirting with women, and I didn't even realise that. How lovely is that?
I am impressed with your pronunciation.
Oh, is your wife Polish, Michael?
Oh, there you go.
Well, no, she's not Polish, but apparently Michael knows the words for Polish.
Well, I do wonder where from, Michael. But no, that was really good.
How fabulous is that? Lovely,
Yes,
that.
amazing. So I don't know how much time we have, but I have sunflowers
We've
which
got
are...
about 7 minutes.
Okay, so we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So let me just show you, because obviously this is one of the flowers that we can build very quickly.
So this is for... Now, again, does that relate to anything we've got
Right,
left in
how
stock?
about I use a flower that I already have, okay?
Beautiful.
And then we're just going to work around. It's going to be a little bit... that gives me more time to work with other bits and apply a little delicate finishing touch. So I don't know if you noticed what I did, but I actually added the 2 dotty bubble circles to the actual arrangement, and I'm just going for this particular flower, which is, of course,
Beautiful.
which is, of course,
Now we've got the
scalloped flower.
sprigs. Now we can put
And
the
we have the
details and
sprigs.
on the screen. Do we still have those? They sell out sprig borders.
yes.
I think we had 4 left or 3 left or whatever it was. We've got 2 left. There you go. Now, Anna Marie, here's the question then.
Yeah.
How many miles, if you drove from Redditch to your hometown in Poland, how many miles? We've just worked it out.
Gosh, I can tell you from Colchester to precisely more or less there would have been 1,000 miles. So,
Okay, so
how
how
many
many
miles
miles
from
between-
Colchester to Redditch now?
Well,
that's
the
a tricky question.
That's the
I
question.
would say, Colchester, that's about a 4-hour drive, I reckon. Well, depending how fast. Okay. So, gosh, that's a tricky question. But a 4-hour drive, what would that equate in
Well,
my...
that would be, I mean, a 4-hour drive would be about 250 miles, maybe?
Okay, so I would say 1,350.
Okay, well, I'm being told it's 1,123. That's well, actually, when I say I'm being told, Google Maps are telling us.
Oh, I see.
So 1,120.
Oh.
So to prove my point,
So I've gone over the point.
Anna Marie, I think, comes to us further than any other crafter on a regular basis. Obviously, we have crafters that come over from America every now and again and all of that, which is lovely. But I think as a regular basis, if we were to talk about the crafter who clocks up the most miles to get here to Hobby Maker, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for the winner?
Do
Anna
I
Marie.
win?
It is, yes.
Thank you.
Come further than anybody else.
Well, yes, well, I suppose so.
And we're not
On a regular
changing-
basis.
We are not, no, on a regular basis. We're not changing that. I thought I came a long way, 3 hours. It's like blimey. It doesn't even
gosh,
compare.
That's amazing, really. Okay, so now I'm adding a few more sprigs. And you see, I applied the sprigs behind my sort of folded
It's almost like ruffled,
ribbon.
isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, if we look at it, I mean, how lovely, let's say, the actual border from a Christmas jingle, okay, looks together with, okay, something that is an everyday. I hope I sort of like convey the message of like things working really well,
Yeah.
okay, when you want them to. I mean, you know what you've got in your craft room. Just get it out and basically just sort of play with it, and then you will see. So now, so that is my lovely sort of arrangement, and I'm going to add few of the other bits.
What would you say to anybody who still does think to themselves, I want to be like Anna Marie, but I could never make cards like that because I don't have that skill, I don't have that expertise? What would you say to those people?
Well, I would say, do not be afraid, and most of all, do not doubt yourself. Doubting yourself is the scariest thing, because we all, we don't know our potential. In all honesty, every sort of challenge you have in your life will actually show you that you don't even know what you're capable of. So don't even overthink it. Don't be afraid.
Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. And that's it. And you'll be surprised. The thing is that like you said, most of all, you have to enjoy it. Okay, that's the key thing. But also, you know, don't be really too self-critical.
Yes.
You know, that's another thing, really, because, you know, well, if I started painting, right, okay.
Do you paint?
Well, no, not really, apart from walls. But if I was to start painting, I couldn't expect to become a Michelangelo overnight, could I? Not ever, basically. You know,
well, you never know in the future. You never know. But yes, certainly not overnight.
Well, the thing is that, you know, I kind of know that, but I would like to paint for joy, right? And just literally just for fun, and you know, and that is the starting point. So do not overthink it. Just enjoy every minute.
The thing is, I mean, everybody starts somewhere as well, don't they? It's like, you know, whatever you do in like little did I know, you know, 20 years ago when I first started doing a craft show on a shopping channel, that like I'd still be doing craft TV 20 years later and loving every moment of it.
Exactly.
You just never know.
Never know
where something is going to take you.
Absolutely.
When Anna-Marie first thought, oh, I'm going to start a crafting company, did you imagine that it would be so successful and so inspirational to so many people?
Never.
You hope, but you don't know until you try.
No, and I never thought that.
Left,
okay,
lovely.
so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just show you very quickly with scraps, bit of dotty card, right? Literally scraps. Look, just, oh, my glue is going to let me down. Okay.
It won't, I have faith. There it is.
Oh, lovely. So look what we're going to do, like literally tuck it behind of our ornate die, sorry, you see. And I've got already one tucked in here. And for that argument's sake, why don't we just pop one here? And I'm not going to use the glue, but I can do that later. And then the same element, okay, we're just going to pop it here.
I love that. It
now,
gives it a uniformity.
That's right. Okay, and this is it.
It's
okay?
gorgeous.
So a message from the messages from the greetings and numbers and greetings. We have the dots, and look at the plain colour cardstock together with something as bold as the large dots.
Your
we
cards
do
are
small.
beautiful.
Thank you.
We've got to go. When are you back?
Well, I'm planning to be back 21st of November.
21st. We look forward to
with
it.
brand new collection.
It is always an absolute joy. You
Thank
look after yourself, lovely lady.
Thank you.
Right. Put that in your diary, 21st of November, Anna-Marie back in the Hobby Maker building. I'm going to be back in the Hobby Maker building. In fact, I'm not going to leave the Hobby Maker building. I'm going to be back after the break with Carla. She's going to be making buttons. Yes, she's pressing all those buttons, baby. It's going to be good. We will see you then. But how do you say goodbye in Polish?
Dobranoc.
What is it?
Dobranoc.
What was it?
Do widzenia, dobranoc.
What the lady said.